What is good? Hopefully you guys are having a great day wherever you are. We're going live with my wife Lissa, talking about what to do, how to plan meal prep when life gets stressful and we get busy. So, we're going to be asking her some questions, and of course she's always got some amazing answers. So feel free, of course, please, to ask any questions. We're here for you. When life gets busy and times get stressful, because that's always something that is tricky, to stay on your particular diet. Well, let's get her in here. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
Back to back to back to back all day long. Have you eaten anything? Are you drinking some water or what? What's going on out there?
Got my water. I had a big gulp before you got on.
Oh, good.
We're living on mangoes and bananas.
We're mono-mealing today.
Right.
That's fine. That's good. We feel right. We're having a good dinner.
That's a great lead-in to our talk about, when life gets busy and stressful, right?
Right.
Some tips for that. I mean, hey, you got to default to what's easy, and fruit is going to be the easiest while still remembering variety, right?
Definitely. So yeah, that's kind of what I labeled this: when life gets stressful. A lot of people do have, issues when it comes to following like a healthy diet, whatever diet they may be following that's healthy, to them. And sometimes that can be the thing that derails people is life gets stressful, they get busy. And so, yeah, so what are some tips and tricks that you have for us, the people out there tuning in, about how to kind of chart these waters?
Well, number one, and I say this in pretty much every single live, I feel like I'm a broken record, but it's good to be a broken record, because when you're a broken record, people really get it in that they need to, can you guess what it is?
When they need to eat.
They need to plan. Planning is key. Yeah, and I say it over and over and over again, planning is key, so that when you are in those stressful times, you have a plan. And in the stressful times, we're always going to default to our habits, whatever those look like to you, whether they are drive-through on the way home or potato chips on the couch watching Netflix. These are our habits that we default to when we're under stress, because the brain and our minds will always default to the easiest possible solution for the stress that we're in. So if we have habits that involve potato chips on the couch watching Netflix, we're gonna default to that when we're stressed out. It's just how we are. So over time, if you're building new habits and you're planning your day and you're scheduling it in, eventually those become your new habits. So then when you are stressed out, you're like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm just going to have like a plate of mangoes, maybe some bananas, or blend a smoothie or whatever. You naturally default to that. But the trick is getting to that point. That's the challenging part, because not everyone can jump into a raw diet and be like, oh, that's my new habit. You have to practice your new habit in order for it to work. So planning it and doing it during the easy times can really help you during the hard times. And the more often you choose it during the hard times, the easier it gets during the hard times. So it really basically boils down to planning, scheduling, consistency, and patience. Yeah.
Consistency, patience, do it. What's important to you, right? Yeah. So
yeah, coming down to your why, that's really important. But I know you have tips too for like time management, because you are like, let's be honest, Nate is like the king of keeping the kitchen clean. So I want you to share a little bit about that, because that's another thing that people have problems with, is like the cleanliness, and having, like you say, a clean kitchen is a great kitchen to work in. So yeah, share a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, the same thing, it's the best thing to do, just like when you're making a meal, is I mean, you're planning the meal, right? You're planning what you're making. You're spending the time to chop everything up. What I really like to do is I like to keep everything clean as I go. So that way I'm not just making a quick mess. And of course, you know, sometimes you get really busy, you know, you just need to get something done and get it right now. Say if we're making a video or something like that, or doing like a food demo, it's a little harder to clean the dishes while you work. But yeah, I mean, I feel that especially with a raw diet, it's so easy just to wash everything right as you're, you know, cutting stuff up, rinse the knife and keep the cutting board clean. And then as soon as you're done, if you're eating in a bowl or a plate, just wash the bowl real quick and then it's just done. You don't have to worry about having dishes stack up in the sink. Yeah, so good, so good. Someone here says, well, yeah, I've been overlooking patience when it comes to building new habits.
Yeah, patience is key. Patience is one of those virtues that most of us don't have very much of. Patience is so important to have, and to be patient with yourself too through the building new habits, because you're dealing with deep ingrained habits that you've been doing for decades sometimes. And these habits are so strong that when you do start to make new habits, it's challenging to do them because we're constantly defaulting to these old ones. But if you're patient with yourself, the more you repeat something, the easier it gets. Like, for example, if you hear a song for the first time you ever hear a song, you don't know all the words right away. You repeat the chorus, you repeat the lyrics, you repeat it. The more you listen to the song, the more you learn the song, and the easier it is to, you know, lip sync the song or sing it to yourself in the shower, to the point that if you listen to it enough times, you start to hear the little instruments that they added, you know, like the way that they ring a bell in the song or whatever it is. You get all these like little intricacies the more you do it. So the more you practice your new habits, the easier they get for you to do automatically.
Yeah. Just yeah, going slow, patience, like you're saying, and they stack on each other. Someone's asking in here, what about adding chia or flaxseed with fruits, or almond yogurt with fruits and greens for breakfast? Like I'm imagining maybe like a smoothie, maybe they're making.
Yeah, I would keep the fats to your greens. Like I would have the fats with your salad. That's the best place to have the fats anyways. When you're mixing it with fruit, especially almond yogurt, which is pretty high fat, it can affect your insulin. I would just do fruit for breakfast, like fruit smoothies straight up. And you could add greens, but you don't need fats. So have the fats with your salad. Put the flaxseed, or make a wrap and get the bundle and make a wrap and put the flaxseed. I mean, you could put it in your, like if you just have a teaspoon or whatever of flax, it's fine. But I wouldn't do like higher fat in a smoothie. Just use frozen bananas. That's a really great way to make it creamier. And we also like adding ice to our smoothies too, because it gives it that, like, I don't know, like frothy kind of texture. We like doing that.
Yeah, I know. It's adding ice to a smoothie is pretty nice. I know I don't personally really like a room temperature smoothie. You know, I want it kind of cold, and you know, yeah, adding ice is great. But yeah, that's great advice right there. Just keeping the fats to the greens, and just having your you know, your fruit for breakfast. You know, of course, mixing in your greens with the fruit, that's fine too. Really good. Someone's asking here, are your wraps low fat? So quick, for maybe some people tuning in who don't even know, like, you know, what it is that you have going on in this bundle. What is it? What is your contribution to this bundle?
Well, I have contributed my raw vegan wraps ebook called Hand Salads. And they really are hand salads. You're wrapping up a salad, and the wrap itself is a salad. And to answer the question, yes, the wraps are low fat. It really depends what you put in the wraps that will determine if it's a higher fat or not. But the wrapper itself is low fat. The recipe makes 2 big wraps, and they're really big. Each wrap has 1 tablespoon of chia or flax, and some of the wraps have like an extra tablespoon of, say, tahini, One of the wraps has a little extra hemp, but it's like a tablespoon. So it's not like it's a huge amount. It's there for pliability. We want to have it a little bit flexible. So we're also getting our omega-3. So every single wrap has an omega-3 fat in it. But again, it's only 1 tablespoon. So it's not like it's a lot. Plus chia is like over 50% fiber anyways. So having it in there is meant to help gel it. So it's really nice and flexible. But yeah, low fat, it really depends on what you put in it. Like I said, if you're putting like a nut patty with nut cheese and you're dipping it in a nut sauce, then yeah, it's going to be a little higher fat. But the wrap itself, do a low fat dressing, fill it with loads of vegetables, lots of greens, have like layers of lettuce, have yourself an actual hand salad.
Yeah, so that kind of ties into the idea that these would be really beneficial for someone who is crunched on time, who is feeling maybe a little stressed out for meals, what kind of meals to make. Because when you make these wraps, like, I mean, the process, lead us through the process and how someone could set themselves up for using these sorts of meals to bring with them to school or to work or whatever they do, and then how many days that they would get out of, say, a batch of wraps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great question. And I love that it's about this topic, because you and I have been going live like so many times every day during this bundle, and the wraps have really been helpful for us to have something to eat at lunch instead of having to make a salad or whatever. So the wraps are super easy to make. They are basically like blending a smoothie. You put the ingredients in the blender, you blend it up, and then you pour it onto the trays. Now, you don't need the trays. The trays are really beneficial though, because it keeps it a 1/4 inch even across the entire tray. So you get a better outcome, but you can use the regular trays, like the regular flat trays. If you just make sure that they're a 1/4 inch thick across the entire wrap. But you just pour it into the trays and you spread it out. That's my favorite part, is spreading it out so it's nice and spread. And then you throw them in the dehydrator and you just let them sit there overnight. So we like to do it at night. So after dinner, we blend a wrap. It takes maybe 10 minutes to blend, pour, and spread them out. It's really easy. So, and then we have wraps for the next day. Each recipe makes 2 wraps. So there's one for me and one for Nate. You could make 2 recipes. It might take you 20 minutes to make, if you made 4 wraps, right? For yourself and your significant other, and then for the next day if you want. Or you could make 4 if you're living by yourself. You could make 4 and have one for lunch day 1, and you've got like lunch and dinner the next days. But they last, after you wrap them with all the stuff inside, they're about 3 days. Like, they're pretty good on day 3. On day 4, they're like, depends on what you put in them. Like if you have tomatoes and like, you know, a runny sauce or cucumbers, it's like a regular wrap. I mean, it's not like we're magicians here, because regular wraps get soggy too. But they last about 3 days, and you could make them for lunch, for work, for school, for hiking, for like Angelica. She's also in the bundle. She is going to the Bahamas and she's wrapped a whole bunch. She's going to take them on the plane, take them for her friends, take them for travel. They're so versatile and they take very little time. The only time that you're putting into the wrap is the blending, the pouring, and the spreading, which is about 10 minutes. And then when you're done, well, like when you're wrapping it, the chopping for whatever you're going to put in there, and blending a sauce if you want to have a sauce, and just filling it. That takes like maybe 8-10 minutes, maybe, if that. But you can make it in the morning, wrap it up. You could wrap like multiple wraps. You could wrap 3 or 4 of them and have them for the next 3 days. It's such a versatile thing, and I think it's going to help a lot of people to eat more salads and more vegetables and get more of that good stuff in. Because like we said, not only is it what you put in the wrap, but the wrapper itself is made with vegetables. Like, you're getting, some of the wraps have apples, most have onion, some of them have greens and other vegetables, and there's just so much that goes into a wrap that it's like you're literally having a hand salad.
Definitely. They are hand salads for sure. And like you're saying, it doesn't take very long to make these wraps. And of course, you know, prepping up, that really sets yourself up for the next day for success, because I am a little bummed that we didn't make wraps yesterday, before we went to bed because now we don't have wraps for today. So we're going to have to spend a little extra time tonight. You know, we want to make wraps tonight. Sure, we're not going to slack on that. That way we'll have wraps for tomorrow. So really it does take a moment. It takes a moment. Like Lissa is saying, it takes about 10 minutes to 15 minutes, maybe at most, to get that wrap into the dehydrator. So, and of course, just like so many things in life, sometimes we just don't feel like doing something, and that is when you should be doing it. We all struggle with this. Yeah, hey, congratulations. Hi, Raw Vegan. I just saw that. They got a job at the raw food restaurant or the raw food. That is so cool. That is so, so cool. Mm-hmm. Now, someone's saying here, now all I need is a dehydrator. Which one do you suggest without breaking the bank?
That goes along really well with the last question I see. Where do you buy the trays you use for your wraps? So we use the Excalibur 9 tray, and the 9 tray is bigger trays than the 5 tray. So it depends on how much space you have and what you want. I was single and I lived in a very small little apartment when I bought my Excalibur, and it lived on a table. Like it wasn't, I couldn't fit it in my kitchen, so I had it on a table. But really, you gotta, if you want it, I would recommend getting the 9 tray, because later on down the road, maybe you want to make lots of wraps, or maybe you have people over and you want to make other dehydrated things and you have space. So I personally think that the 9 tray is better, but you're going to make the decision yourself. There's also the Sedona dehydrator, which is another option as well. And the trays, if you want a link to the trays, send either Nate or I a DM and we can send you the link for the trays. But if you buy the bundle, which you can get in the link in our bios, which ends tomorrow, by the way, go check out the bundle and see all the goodies you're getting. But the link for the trays and the dehydrator and the offset spatula and the deli wrap and all kinds of stuff that we use for the wraps, the links are inside my ebook. So when you buy the bundle and you download all the ebooks, open my hand salads book and read the beginning pages. I really highly, highly encourage people to read the beginning pages, because I put a ton of information in there for you to be able to have an epic wrap experience. There's troubleshooting. There's a almost 30-minute video on how to know when they're done so that you can wrap them really well. There's links to all the stuff you need. So I really tried to put as much information in there before the recipes, so you are well prepared to have an epic wrap experience. So yeah.
So good. Someone says here, I just got the bundle today, haven't even looked at it yet. So excited for you. Yes, and like Lissa's saying, you know, just take one book at a time, go through, just focus on that one book, maybe for the week. You know, you could tap into a couple. Of course, you do whatever you want, right? But it really does, it can be kind of overwhelming. You're like, oh my gosh, I have 40 books in there, and, you know, I should probably look at one, but then, you know, time goes on and you don't look at any. But if you want to learn how to make wraps, that like all these wraps that Lissa's been showing, and I've been putting some on stories, we've been getting pictures from other people who are making them, having a great time with them, definitely tap into her hand salads book. And if you read her intro into how to do it and watch her video, you should be a wrap making pro by the end of that particular segment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody says, I forgot the links in your book. Wonderful. Yes, exactly. That's what another cool thing that's about. Another cool thing about digital products is there can be links to videos or different things within the book. So I know paperback books are really nice and really amazing, but digital books are so awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I see someone here saying, I'm still going through the plant-based bundle. Get this one though, if you want to get the wraps book. There's like so much information. And yeah, I know like we're always doing bundles and stuff, but I mean, if you want this collection, you only have 2 days left to get it, and then download all the books. Make sure you have them on your laptop within the year, because you only get a year to download everything. But once you download it, you have it forever as long as you keep the files safe. So yeah, grab it if the bundle interests you at all. Go check it out. The link is in our bio or in description or wherever.
It is definitely an amazing deal. And it is only here till tomorrow at midnight. So definitely be sure to grab it. Just grab it now if you haven't got it already. Those who have got the bundle, it's been really cool to hear what they say, as well as also see other people promote it. They're not contributors to the bundle, but they're promoting the bundle. And that's definitely something that warms our hearts even more so, because the whole focus is really to help others enjoy more fruits and vegetables in their life and just give them the tools and the recipes that they need. So when other people, for those of you who are out there buying the bundle and then making the food and promoting the food and promoting the bundle, you guys are just as an integral part to the bundle as the contributors are, because you guys are furthering the message and really helping people get into it, to get the understanding of how awesome it is. Someone says here, I bought the bundle and I've already looked at the suggested trays, etc. I'm looking into what dehydrator to buy now. I also started sprouting and sowing. Yes. And I'm positively loaded to get back to good health. Oh, that is so awesome. And you're on your way. I mean, realistically, eating more fruits and vegetables, you're going to be on your way. And one cool thing too, if you're looking for dehydrators, guys, I bought my dehydrator used off Craigslist. And I know the Facebook Marketplace. What was that place that you were saying you talked to somebody who just the other day who bought their dehydrator for $20?
Yeah, it's called Offer Up. So yeah, there's so many different places online these days that have like a community of people, like even garage sales or thrift stores might have them. Like you really have to kind of look around. But I was talking to somebody who went to Offer Up and they found a 4-tray or something, and the people only used it twice. Then they sold it to her for like $19.
So good. That is such a screaming deal. We got Watermelon Lime in here. Yes, because we love the bundle. Thank you so much, Watermelon Lime. She always comes in and is supporting and watching everybody's lives. I know she's gathering so much information, and probably the people in her world probably get a lot of information from her, everything that she's picking up in her studies. That's so cool, because all of it just trickles out there. Everybody affects everybody, and I love that. Looking forward to the sauces too. That's another really cool thing about your book, is it doesn't just have the wrapper recipe, like how to make the wrap. You actually formulated these wraps to be, what do you call it? Like they're specific recipes. They're what do you call, you know, say like this one's Italian, this one's breakfast, or what would you call that? I'm like at a loss of words here.
We could say they have a theme.
There we go. That's the word. They're themed. Yeah, so they're different themed wraps. And 33 wraps. Now she's also got you've got what you're teaching people how to sprout, how to make ferments, like sauerkraut, how to make fermented cheese even in the book. I mean, that right there that's like a little mini book in itself, just how to make cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's cheese recipes for a few of the wraps. Like each wrap, like you said, each one's a theme. So some of them have a cashew cheese, some of them have like low-fat sauces, some of them have patties for the filling, some of them have marinated mushrooms for the filling. There's other marinated vegetable things that you can put inside. So I kind of made them all really unique so that you get kind of a broad range of different kinds of things that you can put inside wraps, as well as the sauces. So another cool thing about the book is that you don't just have to make the exact recipe, like the wrap, the filling, and the sauce. You could totally. I mean, that's how we made them. But you could choose the wrapper from the everything bagel, and then you could choose the filling from the tuna fish, and then you could choose the sauce from the honey I love mustard, and you could make your own. Or you could put your own stuff in there, make your own sauce, or you could dig into the bundle and make someone else's sauce, make someone else's, like what we did with Sky. Sky has a book in the bundle called Classics, and we made her sticky bites.
Yep,
and,
the sticky bites.
Yeah, and we just cut that up and we put that in and it was so filling. It was so delicious. We didn't even need a sauce for that one. That was so flavorful.
So good. It was so, yeah, mix and match. That's always fun. So when you tap into the bundle, you can, yeah, it's like Lissa's saying, use some of the, maybe even like the smoothies and spice and everything nice. You might even be able to find like a cool thick smoothie recipe in there, maybe thicken it up a little bit more, less water, and use that as some of the sauce that you put in the wrap. I thought about that the other day, like, oh, I kind of want that pepper wine smoothie like as a sauce in the wrap. That would be really good. Betsy's here saying, I bought my 9-tray off Craigslist brand new for $150 with a dozen of the Teflon sheets still in the wrapper. Now that's what I call a good deal. I mean, because really the Excalibur brand new is right around $250 to $300, maybe $400, depending on the model or where you get it. But look around. I got mine for $125 off Craigslist. It didn't come with the Teflex sheets. I had to buy those aftermarket, but that's a great deal. So yeah, be sure to check out different places like that where you can find stuff used. Like we've bought Vitamixes used from $50 to even $150. So you can find a lot of stuff when you look around before you go just, you know, spring for, say, something brand new. And a lot of times, just like that individual Betsy is saying, I mean, the stuff was still in the package, or like the person you spoke to, they only used it twice. That's how the dehydrator was that I got. It was immaculate clean inside. She's like, I've only used it a couple times. And I'm like, dang, that was awesome. So I felt really excited. I didn't have to pay full price, but the thing was pretty much brand new. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so cool. Just looking through here, just scrolling down to see if I got everybody. Somebody says here, I saw the 9 tray for $194 on Amazon yesterday. That right there's a screaming deal. I mean, I believe that would probably be at least $50 cheaper than a brand new one. And I think a brand new one with a timer is right close to $300. It might be a bit more. I'd have to double check the website, but that's something to nab up if you're looking for a dehydrator. And what's cool is these things don't really take a lot of, there's not a lot of moving parts. You can get the replacement parts, so they should, I mean, if you take care of it, you don't drop it, right, of course. I mean, the thing will last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we still use yours regularly, like multiple times a week, and it's been going hardcore since we started writing the wrap book. Like we've made probably over 100 wraps, I would have to say.
Yeah, I'd say we're probably right close to there. Thinking about it, it's like, wow, we've made almost 100 wraps already.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, what's cool too is we ate them all. We tried every single recipe that is in her book. So, and I made sure for you guys, I made sure they were going to be perfect. You know, we were talking like, not everyone can be an absolute winner. Like, you know, when you buy an album, say like a music album, for people who bought albums, like we're dating ourselves a little bit here, but either way, whatever the case, you buy an album, like there's a lot of good songs, but there might be one song you're like, man, I don't know, I'll skip past that song. So I'd say there might be 1 or 2 wrap recipes in there that I probably would pass over, and because I'd be more drawn to wanting to make the favorite ones that I have, but pretty much all of them, aside from, like I said, maybe a couple. And I feel maybe the reason that I would say that is because I'm not necessarily like a big mushroom fan. So some of the ones with the mushrooms in it, it's like, you know, I could go either way, but they're all amazing, these wraps. And another cool thing about this bundle, you guys, it's only here until tomorrow. Tap the link, go to our bios, check out the website, watch the video, see what's in it, and just grab it. This is something that's going to change your life. Of course, we've had people say, oh man, I got the bundle last year, it changed my life. I started to implement this, I started to do that. And then they come back for, you know, and it changes our life. Like your mom was even saying, go ahead, tell the story.
Yeah, so my mom, she's in the bundle, and she created a brand new ebook. She's 65, and she lives alone in a really tiny little place. And, you know, she was kind of lonely and stuff. And I asked her, I'm like, hey mom, do you want to write a book? Because she's into high raw, she eats a lot of raw food. And I asked her if she wanted to write a book, and she was like, I don't know, you know, tech challenge, whatever. And she went with it, and she wrote her recipes, which are amazing because I've always loved her recipes. She used to have a TV show, a local TV show, cooking show in the 70s. So she is a chef at heart. So she was really excited to make this. And she said that the bundle has changed her life because she's found so many new friends to follow just by opening the bundle and like going to follow the people. She's like, I followed everybody in the bundle, and she's like, now I like have so many new friends and I've learned so many things. And she told me at 65 years old, she told me that being in the bundle has changed her life. And I'm like, what? I'm so happy. And she's really like blossomed in many ways with the bundle. She's gone live with me and live with a lot of other people, which is like really something, it can be scary for a lot of people, and she was nervous about, but she did phenomenally. And yeah, she's just having so much fun. So the bundle does change lives in many ways.
changes lives for not only those who buy it, but also for the ones who are a part of it. It's changing our lives. I mean, yours and mine. Like we're starting to tap into other programs and courses within this bundle that are going to alter the trajectory of our life for the positive, right? I know there's some really powerful books, and I know Sachi, man, her book is, I was just reading a little bit today, and I haven't finished it, of course, but man, that's such a powerful book. Her contribution is called I Put Love Into My Body. So for those of you who do have the bundle, tap into that book. These might be able to give you some insights that can help you with your life, or be able to pass on to friends of yours who are struggling with disordered relationships with themselves and with food. And she struggled for a long time, and she's very humble and she's vulnerable by putting this out there. That's a really commendable thing to talk about. That's a deep topic. But yeah, it's changing lives, man. I mean, it's changing so many lives. I love that your mom's in here and she's having so much fun, and she's making her stories, and she's making reels, and she's creating. I feel like as humans, we feel so good when we're helping other people, and we're in a creative flow state, because then the subconscious mind isn't, just repeating all these weird negative, because you're in the flow state. You're like doing stuff. So there's not time for the negative programming to kind of take over. So staying in that flow state is something that we all should be, I feel like, in a way, striving to stay in that flow state. Now, from Nature asks here, what's each of your favorite wraps? You go first, Ben.
Okay, so I wrote the book, so to me, all of them are my favorites. And I know that's so cliche to say, but really, you could give me any of the wraps and I'll be like, this is the best wrap ever. But if I was to make a specific one, I would say, the honey I love mustard one, because I just really love mustardy stuff, mustard greens and that tangy zing. So that would probably be my favorite. I really like the Italian herb pizza one. I really like I like the meatball one. There's the rainbow ginger wrap one, the Philly cheesesteak, but I would say if I were to make one, it would have to be the honey I love mustard. What about you?
Gosh, all those ones you talked about sound delicious to me. I really love the to-no fish. The to-no fish wrap is one that it's really hard to picture, like, okay, if I only had to pick one, because I know of the other ones that are available, or, the other recipes. So it would be hard to pick one, but to-no fish is one of my favorite. The everything but the bagel, that's the breakfast, right?
Everything but the bagel. No, everything but the bagel one has the carrot, the marinated carrot. And the breakfast burrito is the coconut breakfast burrito.
Okay, the coconut breakfast burrito. I do love the coconut breakfast burrito because it's got the quiche and it's got the sunchokes, which is like, kind of like the potato of the burrito. But the everything but the bagel with the pickling the carrots, that one is so good, and it stays so fresh for so long too. I really do like the ginger. What's it called? Is it not the ginger belief one, but the other one with just like all of the cabbages?
That's the sweet ginger one, or sweet rainbow ginger one.
Rainbow. Sweet rainbow. That's a really good one. I love that pizza wrap, because you've got the spices and the oregano and stuff in the wrap, kind of like the everything but the bagel. I really like that. It's fun. Mm-hmm. Meatball, yeah, definitely. The burger, the taco, of course, we have lots of burgers and tacos as it is, so it's kind of fun to do some other stuff, but those are really good. I really do like that ginger belief one. The masala, the dill masala one. Those are ones that stand out pretty good. Like the superfood one is really good. The green goddess, all these, there's so many. It's really hard to pick just one, but those would be some that are like, if I could choose, I would probably be drawn to those ones. That's another thing, though. If you're looking in the book, you're like, oh, that looks good. I haven't had that in a while, right? So, and then, of course, the pictures are so amazing. When you see the picture, that's another thing that I feel that the most of us can agree on, that you do such an amazing job capturing what this should look look like on like a menu or something, right? So absolutely incredible. Yeah, and you're welcome, Watermelon Lime, for being the taste tester over here. I want to make sure they're good for us out there. So yeah, highly recommend watching Chris Kendall's live stream with Sachi. Oh man, I know, I was listening to it today. It's so good, like bringing me to tears. It's so good. And that's like something that I know a lot of people in this world really struggle with, and that's a tricky one to overcome. So someone here in the chat saying here, this is, my mom loves chicken Caesar wraps with ranch, and I'd like to make her one of your wraps now that I've got your ebook. Which wrap and sauce do you think would be the most like a chicken Caesar wrap? Ooh, great question.
Well, I did mention in the chat that we have a chicken Caesar wrap in the book.
Awesome. The chicken Caesar wrap. Yeah, just make her the chicken Caesar wrap. Of course, it's not going to be the same, but it's going to be amazing. And then, of course, you know, if she could understand what this wrap is going to provide her, as opposed to, you know, say maybe take away, I don't know. Yeah, it's just amazing when you start to tap into, you know, food and how food really messes us up or helps us, right? So hopefully she can get on having those wraps. I love the people that we've been getting messages from saying, my kids are asking for when is the next wrap, or my husband is asking like, when do we have any more of those wraps? Like, are you going to make some more? So that's a powerful thing right there. I feel that in a way, out of all of your books, this book alone is, like I said, after it was completed and while we were making it, I'm like, babe, you're changing the world. Like, the world is going to be a different place now that this book is out and available, and you've shared exactly how to get the outcome that you got from all the trials and tribulations that you went through, right? So yeah, I feel like in a way we're kind of like, we're set on a different timeline now, because now there's people who don't necessarily like eating vegetables or salads, and they're like, hey, you know, hey, when are we making another wrap, right? So that's a huge statement right there. So someone says here, almost locked my laptop, or licked my laptop. There we go. Almost licked my laptop, right? Oh my gosh, it is so good.
We've got Paige in the house. Paige!
Paige! We miss you, Paige. Oh my gosh, Paige, you gotta try the wrap. This is one of Lissa's good friends from Canada. When you haven't seen her in like, well, what, since 2018 or 2019?
Years, yeah.
Yeah.
Since we got married.
Time just flies by so fast, and yeah, just like this bundle week has flown by 11 days. Tomorrow's the last day. For those of you guys tuning in, if you're tuning in now, if you're tuning in later, May 11th, midnight, it's over. It's done. Shut down. Can't get it anymore. Yeah.
2 days remain. So if you have been thinking about it, please go get it, because like Nate said, I get messages after. We all get messages, like other creators too. And they're like, I meant to buy the bundle, but I got distracted and whatever. We don't sell it after. It's like at midnight tomorrow night PST. You can't buy it anymore. So if you wanted to get not only my wrap book, but Nate's kitchen course and Chris Kendall's stew book, you're getting everything for $50, and that's it. You just pay one price of $50, and then yeah, you get to download all the goodies.
And like Lissa has said in other lives, and I like how she says this, we won't be offended if you leave this live real quick. Go grab the bundle. It's only a couple of buttons you have to push, and then boom, you're back in here and you can hang out with us. Definitely get it, because it's heartbreaking when people are messaging, say for the next week, even 2 weeks. I missed the bundle. Can you sell it? Oh, what? How did I miss it? Oh, I didn't know that. So definitely. And Paige is saying here she's going to get it. The only raw vegan bundle for the whole year really sold me. The plant-based and vegan ones are cool, but this is the best direction for me as a high raw vegan to get that raw goodness. Yes, exactly, Paige. And it only comes around once a year. Once a year, and none of the bundles are ever the same. So they're always going to be new, and that's one thing that all the way that this bundle, the raw vegan bundle, is put together is every single thing is going to be brand new every single time. So you won't get the same things in next year. And if you're a collector and you get the Raw Vegan Bundle, you get the collector's edition collaboration ebooks. Like last year's was the holiday theme. This year's is the appetizer theme. So that's something that's really cool. 37 contributors from around the world, 41 recipes, raw, vegan, amazing. We made a few of the appetizer recipes. I'm actually editing the video right now for today's what we eat today for day 10. And that nigiri is so amazing. So good. Yeah, definitely. So awesome. And someone here is saying here, hi Raw Vegan, saying, to be honest, I do not know how to roll a wrap, even a regular one. I was never a homemade wrap person at any point in my diet. Well, that's what's cool. Go ahead, tap into that a little bit, babe.
Yes. So, number one, join us tomorrow at 2:00 p.m. PST, because we are going to be wrapping wraps on the show live, so you can watch how we do it. We actually did this the other day, and we have another video on YouTube if you want to watch that. But number two, in the ebook, I have a 27-minute video that shows how to fill it and how to wrap it. So that will be really helpful for you to understand kind of how we do it. But yeah, join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. PST, the final day of the bundle, the last chance to get it. We're going to be wrapping wraps live with you tomorrow.
I cannot wait. And like I said, we've been talking about when time gets stressful and we're busy. Like today has been really busy. Lissa's been live nonstop. You know, I've been live several times. You know, like we're trying to edit videos and get stuff up, make posts, and make sure everybody's, you know, getting the word, hey, the bundle, it's almost over. We didn't make wraps yesterday, and now both of us, I know, I can hear your belly growling right now. I really wish that we would have taken the time to make the wraps yesterday, because we would have wraps for today. And so we, like I said, we won't slack tonight. So take that into consideration, my friends. All of you guys tuning in, get the bundle first and foremost, tap into the wraps book, watch how she makes the wraps on the video. Tune in tomorrow, we'll make them all together. We'll show some close-ups. I'm gonna have 2 cameras. We'll have one that's close up so you can see how to roll them, and then just make them in advance. You're gonna thank yourself every single time that we've made them in advance. We praise ourselves. We praise the yesterday self. Thank you, yesterday self. You love and care for me, because when you don't, then we are more prone to eating, you know, maybe a smoothie or something, which nothing wrong with a smoothie, or grabbing, like, you know, we've been just eating mangoes and oranges and bananas all day long. Nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it is really nice to have a savory salad, and nothing better than a hand salad. Right. I mean, come on, nothing better.
So,
now let's see.
Oh my goodness.
I know, we'll hop off here pretty quick. Let's just answer these last couple. I see how successful wrapping top tips. Yeah, come in tomorrow. You can see us. We'll wrap them up on the show, 2:00, yep. Right, babe? We're doing 2? Okay. Yeah. The bundle, this page is saying, also makes so much sense for potlucks, outreach sampling, birthdays, office parties, and other communal events, because wraps are so versatile, portable, plate-free for groups. Right. Paige, you nailed it. Exactly. That is the coolest thing about wraps, one of the coolest things, and the bundle, because there's like dedicated dessert books in here, and you could make some desserts to bring to these potlucks, to your office parties. And really, like, I feel like when food is made and presented in a way, especially when it's a healthy food, because we have this negative connotation around healthy food, like, oh, it's healthy food, I don't want any, I want some over here, I'll take the cake, you know. But when you have some delicious desserts and delicious food that's healthy, very possibly it can like shift gears in people's minds as to, maybe I know I felt really good after I ate that. I kind of want some more. Hey, you know, Jamie, what is it that you brought to the potluck? And the next thing you know, it just spreads like wildfire. So cool.
Love that.
So Betsy's saying here, caught your mom on a couple of interviews, and she was a pleasure to listen to. And I so resonated with her being a similar age and story. So open and genuine. Love that she was in the bundle. Betsy, isn't that cool, man? You know, tap in. Reach out to Lori. Lori's, I mean, that's what's cool about social media, is we can socialize on social media, and we can connect with people that that we should be connecting with, really. And go message her. I'm sure she would love to hear you. You share that with her, and I'm sure she would just absolutely love to hear that, right? Yeah, buy the bundle. The wrap, my wrap is in the dehydrator. All right, you guys, there you go. Betsy's telling you right there, get the bundle, get your wraps in the dehydrator. And we'll all be eating wraps tomorrow.
Yes, yes, yes. If you guys get the wrapper, so number one, go buy the bundle. Link is in either of our bios. Buy the bundle. Number two, download the bundle. Number three, back up your files. Number four, open the hand salads ebook. Number five, choose a wrap. Number six, blend it up, put it in the dehydrator tonight, and then tomorrow at 2 p.m., you could join us live and you could fill yours live with us. All you got to do is go get the bundle so you can do it.
It'll be a wrap off.
Yeah, a wrap off.
Or what they, you know, like the rappers, they'll do like a thing, you know, like a battle. We won't be battling. We'll all be rapping together, though. That's what's going to be so cool. So yeah, be sure to just go grab the bundle. I'm so glad for those of you who do have the bundle and who have actually opened the book and who have gone to the store and got the actual ingredients that you need, followed the directions. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. And that's really what all of the people who are contributing to this bundle just want to help you become more awesome and become more healthy and to help you become more amazing. That's what it's all about. And so for those of you who already do have all of these things, and you're putting them into practice, like the individuals who are out there who are getting the silicone dehydrator sheets, they're getting their dehydrator. Man, double high fives to you guys. Big hugs. Like, you guys are awesome. That's huge. That's a big undertaking to be like, okay, I got to drop some money on some dehydrator. I got to get my dehydrator sheets. I got to go get my stuff. You guys have the want and the desire to make these. And I mean, all it's going to do, like, it's going to trickle. It's going to be a trickle effect. More and more people are going to be like, yo, are you bringing more of those wraps to work tomorrow? And you guys are going to have to teach those individuals your tips and tricks. And all of it is just, it comes from something like this, the bundle, man. It's just like the bundle helps people become more amazing. And it's not like, you know, we're over here like, we're so amazing and we're going to teach you. Man, we just want to inspire you guys just to get more fruits and vegetables into your life, which we need to do ourselves. We're hungry. It's been a long day. I can hear your belly growling out there. My belly's growling. We need to make some dinner. So any last words for the people that are tuning in right now, babe?
Get the bundle before it's gone tomorrow, because it's only happening once a year, and it's all raw. It's all yours. Everything that you see on the website is one payment of $50. Go to the link in our bios and go grab it before it's gone, because it won't be back until next year. When it does come back next year, it'll be all different. So
good. So good. Yes, definitely. Take note. Go get the bundle. We'll answer this last question off subject a bit, but what do you guys do if you crave chocolate spiked, or maybe I don't know if spiked is by stressful times, spiked by stressful times. What do you do when you crave chocolate spiked by stressful times?
Well, for one, I recognize that a craving is simply a call for fuel. So I will either have fruit during stressful times. If it's, I don't personally crave chocolate, but
yes,
if
you do. She does. Don't let her fool you.
I don't crave it. That's the thing. I don't crave it. I like it. I like cacao.
She loves it just like I love it. So we have our carob smoothies. I'm like, what kind of smoothie do you want, babe? She's like, do you need to ask? It's always chocolate malt. For those of you guys tuning in, Lissa's favorite is the chocolate malt. So not that she craves chocolate, but she loves her chocolate just like I do, and that's how we get our chocolate craze or fix. Is eating, like you're saying, you know, of course, if you have a craving, it's because you're hungry. But, you know, a lot of people do like to snibble on a little bit of chocolate. So there's also ways that you can make chocolate. I'm not sure if John Kohler has put out the video, but we had John Kohler here this last week, and we actually made chocolate out of cacao nibs here in the kitchen. So you could make chocolate. That's kind of cool because you know exactly what's in the chocolate. But Lissa and I both love chocolatey smoothies. We have a chocolate smoothie probably about 3 to 4 times a week. Not the
sounds good right now, actually.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was thinking nice cream because I was like, oh, we'll have chocolate nice cream. We'll do cacao nice cream if it's earlier in the day. We'll do carob if it's at night because cacao has a little bit of caffeine. So we want to make sure we're getting good sleep. But the two of us are no different. We love our chocolate too. So we do chocolate and ice cream and chocolate sauce with date and maple syrup and, you know, some carob powder to make a chocolate sauce, dip like strawberries in. We love our chocolate just as much as the next chocolate lover, I feel like, definitely.
Yeah. So the recipe that people are asking for my chocolate malt, it's super easy. It's super easy. Okay. It's like, I don't even know, like 2 or 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. You got, and it's different every time for us, so just play around with whatever ingredients you want. But you're going to put like 5 or 6 bananas in, 5 or 6 dates, 2 tablespoons of cacao with the maple, a teaspoon or so of vanilla extract. Blend that with like 2 cups of water, throw in about a cup or 2 of ice, done. It's like so easy and it's so delicious.
Yeah, we'll make that right now for some dinner. I don't know. In a salad sounds amazing, but maybe we'll have a salad a little bit later. There was a question in here earlier back talking about my hair care. If you're still in here, I don't know if it was Rebecca or her name. Just send me a DM. You know, I would love to kind of go in a little deeper on hair care and kind of a routine and stuff, but we'll save that for a different time. Lissa has been back to back to back. She just got off a live, and then we had this live scheduled. So I want to hop off before we answer any more questions. We love all of you. So much grateful or gratitude to you guys for supporting us, for tuning into the live, hanging out with us, asking questions, engaging, and most of all, making compassionate choices and doing right by yourself, loving yourself, you know, and getting the bundle and adding more of these delicious foods into your day-to-day life. It's so amazing. We love all you guys. And if we didn't answer your question, you have a question you want us to answer, send us a DM. We'll answer your question. And yeah, we'll hop off. Yep, you got it. 2 to 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, 5 to 6 bananas, 5 to 6 dates, 2 teaspoons of cacao, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, water, blend smooth. Boom, exactly. There you go. For those of you guys, maybe screenshot. If you're on right now, screenshot that, and then we'll have the recipe. Thanks so much.
Okay, let's eat. I'm so
All right.
because I'm going live again at 4 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, at 4? Okay.
Yeah.
Holy smoothie. Love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.